High school, the best 4 years of your life, as many say. A journey that turns kids into adults. A time spent discovering yourself, your friends, and your interests. It all plays a big role in determining who you are, who you will become, and where you will go next. But on top of that, high school is a big place, which leaves you feeling small. Because of this, everyone develops a desire to fit in, belong, and in some cases, stand out. Therefore, when entering high school, we seek out what is popular and what will make us feel like we are part of something. As a whole, you could say high school comes with the pressure to not only enjoy your time there, but to fit in with others while doing it. The issue is a so-called solution to these pressures. Partying, drinking, using drugs. It is becoming more and more popular every year. The more kids do it, the more it seems to be the way to feel like you belong in high school. However, the more kids do it, the more addiction and overdose rates rise. What if there was a way to resolve this issue? A way to not only have fun and feel like you belong, but to also reach your full potential and prepare yourself for the future in the process. There is, and it's very simple. Yet many kids today don't see it.
All my life, my mom struggled with drug abuse. Whether it was hardcore drugs or abusing prescription pills, she really struggled with that throughout her whole entire life. And seeing that, it was horrific. So it completely scarred me from wanting to ever try drugs or be around drugs.
My brother passed away 4 years ago from prescription drugs, and I just learned from him. He told me to never touch drug, and because he knew what it was doing to him and he couldn't stop.
When a person decides to do drugs, they think it's my life. It's only gonna affect me. But the people that they surround themselves with, their friends, start to notice it. They start to change. And then it's their family, because the person that they grew up with, knowing, is completely gone.
My dad died of an overdose, but I'm not my dad. And I think that's a real blessing. For me to know that I'm my own self, and that I don't have to follow the path of my brother and my dad and my uncle and my grandpa and my great-grandpa, my mom and my grandma and my aunt. I don't have to follow any of them because I'm myself. I think something that I have that my family doesn't have is the fact that I know I have a future. I know that I have something coming for me that I'm really excited about, and unfortunately my family just didn't see it. And for anyone who has a situation like this, they just need to remember that they're not their family either. They have their own lives, and they can make the decision to not do what their family has done.
Just by being sober, you can be such an impact to other people, and you realize how empty people are in that scene, or how, to me, they're not really having fun. They're trying to fill a void that they can fill by doing other stuff with their life, but they just have been told, oh, partying is the solution,
The norm is everybody's using, at least starting to use. I'm not talking about addiction, but just even playing around with it. And some people do get addicted, and some people do die. But the other thing that happens is they lose out on the opportunity to really figure out how to enjoy life and go through anger and guilt, resentment and inferiority and unworthiness and grief and loss and abuse and stress. And also the other side, how to enjoy life, celebrate things without taking a chemical. They miss out on that opportunity that high school teaches you. It has a lot of pressure and things, and those are opportunities to really pick up some tools.
The intensity of the drug is causing them to become dependent on that drug more rapidly too. So it's not like now, where it used to be you used it a few times, you liked the feeling and you used it again a few times. They use it once and they want more the next day because of the strength of the drug.
It happens very frequently. Young people are charged with a felony, possession of a controlled substance. Young people frequently come before the court. They're frightened, they're stunned at the severity of the penalty that they face.
Because of the dramatic increase in drug use and the combination of drugs that are being used today, overdose is the #1 cause of accidental death in teens today.
When you want to think back about memories, I think back about how you enjoyed 3rd grade or 5th grade, or your soccer team or your baseball team or your first boyfriend or girlfriend. People who used a lot of drugs throughout their life don't have those memories. They can't recall those things, and they don't experience life in that same capacity. They experience it altered, and I just don't think that's the beauty in that life has to offer.
People don't do drugs to become an addict. They do it for fun, and sometimes it just takes over, and I would never want to even put myself in that position to be taken over and not be able to voluntarily do something and have it just consume me. And I have goals in my life, and I think if I was even on drugs, I would never be able to accomplish them.
If you're doing something you love, though, that's safe for you and something that's gonna bring you so much more joy, like playing music for me, it's just like so much easier than partying, because I know like my parents are gonna be fine with it, and it's gonna make other people happy too, like hearing the music that I write or play, and it's just so much more fun, like you're actually relieving all your stress instead of partying and worrying about what other people are gonna think of you.
I'll just say to stick in school and look for a passion or look for something you really want to do and chase after it.
Just find your little niche that you can be yourself in and you don't have to put on this facade for. There's so many different things you can do and explore that I think just need to try them out.
I never want to be dependent on something to bring me happiness. I want to seek other things to find happiness, and I've found that so far, so I'm going to keep doing what I love.
I would rather, do something fun like playing sports or studying, just to get myself through high school and good grades, because that's what's going to help me out in life, I'd like to, be active with friends and stuff instead of just partying and drinking, because that's way better than messing your bodies up with all these chemicals and drugs and stuff, because it's not going to help you at all,
I don't even know if there would be a time that I could even find time to even get into that stuff, just because I busy myself with important things that can help me in my future and not things that will distract me from my goals.
Cars have been my passion since I was a little kid. I've spent I don't know how many countless hours working on my car. It keeps me out of the party scene because I know what I want to do with my life. I know exactly what I want to do. So it does me good knowing that I have a path for my life, and I don't want to mess it up throwing it over some party. Parties, they haven't been everything that high school has carved them out to be. They painted them out to be such a fulfilling atmosphere, that's where you belong and that's where you should be. And for me, it wasn't always like that. You know, like when I work on my car, I feel like this is where I belong and this is what I'm meant to do, because everything just kind of works. When you find your passion, that's something that you never get that feeling again, you know? And it's not something that you're pressured into, it's something that you seek out. So when you find your passion, you commit to it, because there's no better feeling in the world. So when you get offered those drugs or that drink, you never want to take the chance of throwing all of that away.
A lot of students see drinking as having a fun time and fitting in, but with clubs and sports, you're also having a good time and fitting in a positive way.
If you get yourself into a club or an activity, it's more of a long term, because it's something you'll be able to continue and do for a good majority of your life. Whereas these people who go out and do drugs and alcohol every night because that's what makes them feel good, they won't be able to live to do those things in the long run, because what they love to do is ultimately killing them.
What keeps me away from drugs is definitely my sport, because I have a goal and I want to go to college, and if I mess that up, then it's all going to go down the drain.
I'm going to the University of Southern California on a full ride scholarship to play football, and it really started with making good decisions.
There comes a point in your life where you have to decide like what road you want to go down and how you want to live your life, and if you want to do drugs and party, or if you want to stay in school and dedicate your life to something that's important and means something to you and keeps you going. And I decided early on that I was going to dedicate my life to my hobby and my passion and not party and drink like all my friends, and it's kept me completely out of trouble, it's kept me focused.
I love living life sober. I love living life just getting a natural high of life. I wake up every day with a smile on my face because I'm alive, you know? I woke up. So for me to wake up every morning says to me, like, what can I do with my life? How much can I give?
Try to stay true to yourself and not have anyone affect you. You have to think about yourself before listening to anybody else.
You could have all the right morals like your parents handed down, your grandparents handed down, or like just in your mind, but if you're around bad people or bad company, your morals are gonna shift. You know, and that might be right away, that might be in months, that might be in years, but you'll look back and say, how did I get here? How is that possible, you know?
It's hard to make those right decisions sometimes, and you know, those right decisions can lead to other people making the right decisions as well.
Ultimately, it's all up to you whether you have, you know, a good environment or a bad environment. It's your choice if you want to, you know, keep the cycle going of negativity, or you can change things.
It's a lot better to have 2 or 3 friends that like really like have your back. They'll always be there for you.
The friendship you want to keep are the ones that are real, and someone who would support you in not doing that, and someone who wouldn't judge you for not drinking alcohol and going to parties. I mean, in high school, I wasn't invited to very many parties because everyone knew I didn't do drugs or drink. So that's fine. Like, I had my good, close group of friends, and that's all I needed. I had a great time in high school.
Friends are a huge part of making smart decisions. I know in high school or even in middle school, it starts so young to have peer pressure. Everyone's like, oh, do you want to try this or do you want to try that? Why not eliminate most of the peer pressure and hang out with people that are interested in the same hobbies, the same passions, the same dreams? I think it's very important to surround yourself with good people.
Your friends and your peers really look up to you more than you know.
You'd never realize the people you hang out with, it's just small steps to that big like downfall, and it can really hurt, and it hurts everyone.
You only get one life to live. Why would you want to sit there not doing something that you're passionate about? I mean, everyone has a passion. I mean, why wouldn't you want to fulfill your dreams?
I don't want to be that kid who made bad decisions, hurt their family, hurt their friends, hurt their future. I want to be the complete opposite.
one person can affect so many other people, you know? So if we can have a bunch of these kids in high school saying, no, we're gonna, they will refuse to do that, then people will say, okay, well, if you can do it and he can do it, then why can't I do it?
These people are your peers and your friends. What makes them unique? They are a part of a group of students who not only choose to stay away from drugs and alcohol, but do so because they have decided to live life to the fullest and have a commitment to their passions and their futures. They found what high school is really about: finding yourself, enjoying each moment, preparing yourself for the next step in life, and surrounding yourself with great people. Tune out the repetitive voices that tell you drinking and using drugs are what make a memorable high school experience, because those are the voices that end up addicted, lost, and afraid of the future. Those are the same voices that years down the road will tell you they regret the choices they made. You have a chance to do it right. Take it. Commit to it. There is a world of excitement, adventure, and accomplishment waiting for you in high school. When times get hard, turn to what you love, not to what those same voices tell you to love. Even if it means waking up each morning and telling yourself, I will stand firm against the pressure to use drugs and alcohol because I know I have found something better. A once-in-a-lifetime experience to discover who I am, what I can do, and where I will go next. This is my time. I choose the other side.
I'm not giving in. All right, yeah. This time I'm gonna be stronger. I'm not giving in. This time I'm gonna be stronger. I'm not giving in. This time I'm gonna be stronger. I'm not giving in. It's my time, which makes things worse. I lost in my love is cursed, but it's time to make these things feel right. Oh, let's start this show for one last time. Oh, I'm not giving in. No, I'm not giving in. This time I'm gonna be stronger. I'm not giving in. This time I'm gonna be stronger. No, I'm not giving in. This time I'm gonna be stronger. I'm not giving in.